What's up, guys? Dustin Yui here, and this is my roster video for the new NHL 21 franchise mode with the San Jose Sharks. It shouldn't be super long. We'll just kind of jump into it. In the other video, I explained a little bit, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys where I got the information that I used, and then kind of go through the different rosters. So first things first, this is Operation Sports. This thread is called True Depth Rosters NHL 21. It's made by Al Kostopoulos. Basically, there apparently is a way to download his rosters on PS4 and like upload them. You need a thing called I think it's called Game Save Wizard. Oh, that's what it is, Save Wizard right there. So you have to buy it. It's like $40. So you can actually download his rosters and use them if you want. But anyways, he's got a doc basically that I followed. It's kind of outdated. It's a little bit outdated, but it's good. It was good for me for checking into like, especially like the draft prospects and just some of the other prospects. I kind of just use his for reference to find kind of like top 6 players that are not in the game that I had to create. So I basically used it for that. So it's got all the teams. There's the draft prospects. I don't know how far it actually... Oh, no, I think it's just... Yeah. Basically, each team has, like, their AHL players and everything in there, which is kind of cool. It's not bad. But, yeah, it's got the next next 4 draft worth of prospects. It's a little bit outdated, but it's good. It's still useful. The second one I used is Tugi24. Has a roster editing spectacular. All the links for these will be in the description, by the way. But yeah, similar thing. It's from mostly the start of the season. He's got his own special breakdown on how he does his ratings. So some of them I would definitely say I don't agree with. But still helpful for some stuff. Yeah, which is pretty good. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Like, he's got 122 pages. He goes through all the leagues basically, which is insane. I don't know how you find time to do that. It's just crazy. And then, yeah, prospect rankings and like all of his created players are in here, so you can see what the overalls are and stuff that he made them. So there's that. And then I used Hockey Reference and NHL.com mostly just to look at stats. I didn't really... Again, I spent maybe 12 to 16 hours editing rosters and like creating players, and I don't even think I scratched the surface. So like I'm not super hardcore into it, but basically I like went through especially stats, and I just went through like the top players on each team. I didn't really downgrade a whole lot of players unless it made sense. For example, like Duncan Keith and like Vlasic and kind of those guys who are a little bit older, and you can tell that their games slowed down a bit, and also it kind of helps differentiate like top players like Connor McDavid. So yeah, basically I just went through each team. Each team I went through both like skaters and goalies, and just kind of looked at like who was leading their team, like what kind of the point differential is. Yeah, basically a point a game or better. Point a game player was probably about an 80. I made like an 88-ish, 87, 88. And then below that I kind of just like these guys were like 85s maybe. But yeah, that's kind of how I went with it. Anyways, let's swap over. So I'll just go through my created players first. I mean, again, I'm not going to make this super in-depth. Maybe I'll just kind of scroll through each team. Honestly, I can't even remember what players I upgraded or downgraded. It was mostly the top players. So yeah, let's do... Again, this is more just like me showing you guys. I'm not going to get into any like reasons or whatever. So yeah, basically I'll just go through each one. You guys can just kind of look at it. Cole Caulfield. He just signed with the Montreal Canadiens, and it was actually the night of me recording, so I didn't actually see it until afterwards. So he's still 74, which he's pretty viable. He's very speedy. I would say he's pretty speedy. Obviously, he could be a little bit better. Most of the players that I signed were for 2020 draft picks, and they kind of range in between 60 to mid to low 70s. Most of them have decent potentials at least. And then there's players who either unassigned, which are American players, and then I can't even show them. But yeah, there's players that are unassigned that are American players, and then there's players that I put in to. I think there was Beignet, like Matvey Mishkov is the 2023 draft. He's like the high end Russian player coming into it. So I made him pretty good, but I put him in the QMJHL just to be safe. Like Chiprikov, I put him as unassigned, but basically they'll show up in their regions as long as you like create them and give them a country. Then they'll just kind of show up in their country. So all the American players basically just show up as U.S. Central in the scouting, which is it's okay, it's fine. But everybody else was assigned to their team or assigned to Owen Power. I wasn't sure because he's Canadian but he plays in the US. It didn't make sense for me to you can't assign him to the US, so I just put him on Mississauga because that's his hometown team. It doesn't really matter, it's just for the sake of the draft anyways, for the franchise mode. But yeah, I think mostly everybody's in here for the most part that matters. I won't say I created everybody, but I spent enough time in here to make some players at least. And then in here, there's Brant Clark. Like I made him a little bit better. I made the draft rankings are pretty solid. There he is, Shane Wright. So I made him a 77 medium franchise because he's going to be pretty sick. So in the queue we made Matvey Mishkov, put him on the Bay Como. Draken, Zachary Leroux, we made him a little bit better. Zachary Baldu, there he is. So he's also a 77 medium franchise. It's kind of I can't even recall where all the players are that I edited. There's just so many. Where Stank Oven we upgraded. Stank Oven. And then Winnipeg Ice Lambeau. Carson Lambeau is a little bit better. Basically, the 2021 draft should be fairly close. Should be fairly close to what it is in real life. Anyways, let's go through the NHL teams. Again, I'm completely drawing a blank, but I definitely downgraded some guys. Fowler didn't really seem like he needed an upgrade. So I know both the docs I looked at had him up, but I looked at stats and I was like, eh. Ekman Larson I downgraded slightly. I think these guys I left or made them better. Bergeron, Pasternak, and Marchand. Buffalo, Eichel stayed. I made Taylor Hall a little worse. I bumped down some of the other guys on Buffalo just because they're not having a good season. I don't know if I really touched Calgary. I don't think so. Slavin, Trocheck. I think I downgraded a little bit here. Just looking at it now, I can't remember. I made Keith a little worse. I bumped him down a little. I think it was an 85 or an 86. I bumped up to Brinkat. Taves, I think I left. Colorado, I think we made McKinnon a little better. Rantanen was a little better. Landeskog I bumped up. I think Makar I bumped up. Kadri I bumped up. Columbus. Did we bump up? I think I bumped up Warinsky and Atkinson. Oh, and Roslovic. Bumped up Roslovic. I made him an 83 high. I don't know if he'll turn into anything, but I'll give him a chance. You never know. It makes for a fun thing. Again, this is all like opinion, so I don't know. Seguin, I think I bumped Seguin down. And I think I bumped... Robertson up? Yeah. Because he's doing pretty well. Detroit. I think I bumped up Hronik because he's doing pretty good this year. You guys should, if you notice the differences, you probably should anyways. McDavid, I think I bumped him up. I think I did. Nurse, Nuge, Barry. I don't really know if I touched a whole lot here either. It's so weird because I spent so much time editing, but like the time just flies by. These guys, the Panthers. I want to say I mostly edited goalies. Kopitar, bumped him up. Doughty, we bumped down. Iafallo, I bumped up. Brown, I bumped up. I don't think I bumped up Kemp. Suter, we bumped down, I think. I think Kaprizov was already an 86. Or I bumped him up a little bit. I can't recall. Zach Parise, I think I bumped him up. We bumped up Jeff Petrie. We bumped down Shea Weber. I bumped up Tyler Toffoli. Eric Stahl's now on Montreal Canadiens. Nashville. I don't know who I bumped up here. Can't recall. Matty Duchene's an 83 though. He's having a tough go. It's so weird. I can't remember all the guys I edited. I think I made Eberle a little bit better. Panarin. I want to say maybe I bumped him up. Potentially. I thought about bumping up Lafreniere, but I think we made... did we make Chabot better? I might have. Couturier, we bumped down Giroux and JVR. Or, sorry, I bumped up JVR. Giroux, I bumped down. Voracek, I bumped down. We got Crosby, I bumped him down to a 90. I either bumped him down or up to a 90. I can't remember. Malkin, we bumped down a little bit. Gensel, we bumped up. Letang, I bumped up. Yeah, man, I'm having a tough time recalling here. We bumped out Carlson, Burns, and Vlasic. I don't know. You guys could probably like go side by side if you want to play, if you want to open up the game and check. Tarasenko, we bumped down a little bit. Tampa Bay, I think I made Kucherov. No, I think I left Kucherov. He hasn't even played a game this year. I made Victor Hedman better because he's leading their team. Stamkos is a little better as well. I think I bumped up points. I think I generally bumped up Tampa a little bit. I made Matthews and Marner both pretty good. John Tavares, I think I slightly bumped him down. Vancouver, what do we got? Besser. I think I made Besser better. JT Miller, I made better. Pedersen, I might have bumped him down. Or I might have just left him. Quinn Hughes, I made a little less. I think I bumped up No, I don't think I touched Horvat, actually, to be honest. And then you can see, actually, I can go through and probably check. I added some other players like Podkolzin. We bumped up Stone. I think I bumped down Pietrangelo. Not too sure. This is not a very exciting video. Backstrom and Ovi. I bumped down Ovi to a 90 because he's just way too good. Not that he isn't good, but he's not having. He's still putting up points and getting goals, but it's not as powerful as normal. I mean, he's still a 90, right? So that's still pretty solid. But the Jets, we made Scheifele a 90. I bumped up Ehlers. I bumped up Connor. I bumped down Wheeler. I think I bumped up Dubois a little bit. Pionk, I think I left Pionk. Yeah, I think I left Pionk. Stasny I bumped up. Because Stasny's just a beauty all around. All around beauty. Alright, back to Anaheim. Go through the goalies here. So I left Gibson at a 90. I think we left the 2 Phoenix goalie or Arizona goalies. Bumped Rask down. Oh yeah, we added Jeremy Swayman. Buffalo we bumped down. Calgary, I think we bumped down a little bit. Carolina, I think I left Reimer. I think I made Reimer better, actually. We added Jack LaFontaine as well. Chicago, I think I left. I did not touch these guys, really. I think I bumped down the backup goalies and stuff mostly. But some of the top, like these guys, I bumped down. Dallas, we bumped down Bishop, Kudoman. Detroit, we bumped them down. Bumped them down. Added Spencer Knight, 69 overall, very nice. Cal Peterson, Jonathan Quick, we bumped down. Carey Price. Yeah, we bumped all these guys. We added Yaroslav Askarov. Bumped down. Varlamov, Sorokin. I think we bumped these. Nah, I don't know if I really touched them at all. I don't think so. Bumped down. Murray, Forsberg, Hogberg. I think I bumped Murray down. I bumped Hart down. Christian Jerry DeSmith. Dubnyk and Jones are both an 80. I bumped them both down. Binnington, I bumped him down. Vasilevsky, I think he was a 91. I bumped him to a 90. Freddie Anderson, I think we bumped him down. Pretty sure. Demko and Holpe bumped him down. I think we left Vegas fine. Yeah, we bumped down the goalies in Washington. Hellebuck we bumped down. Bumped down Comrie too, because he was like an 80. And that was it. Yeah. It's a large list. A big old large list. There's some AHL players as well, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy this little video. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you on the San Jose Sharks franchise mode. Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.